So, Coach USA, congratulations for the finals. And how tough made it, Serbian guys, the first game for you?
Very tough, very physical team, well coached, and obviously it was a tight game. So you're playing for the gold medal. We'll expect a very good game. Their experience, and we'll have to play well.
Does it really matter or not for you that they are not going to use zone because they just don't use it as they told me?
Well, that's kind of they hang their hat on playing man-to-man, and I guess they could throw it at you a little bit, but that's what they do, and I think they're good at it. And they made us work to score, so it'll be a great challenge.
Their point guard, Micic, actually was probably the MVP of that first game. So how big potential in terms of NBA do you see in him?
I think he has a chance because he's so good with the ball. He's a big guard. There's a lot of NBA people watching him, and I think he's probably turned some heads. He's a great player, great teammate, and makes the game easy for his own players, and we'll have to do a good job on him. But I think, certainly I've played in the NBA myself, and I think he'll have a chance.
How different, or in what way do you expect the final being different from that first game?
I hope that we can play better and it's not close, but it'll be hard fought. It'll be who can execute the best and just be as sound as possible, because neither team is going to give an inch. They're not going to back down, and we won't. So hopefully we can turn them over and use our speed and quickness on the glass. But I think they'll have to shoot it well, but they're capable of that.
Do you think that it will be of advantage for you that Serbia played used only 7-man rotation yesterday, again today? So how big advantage?
Well, yeah, we play 11 guys mostly, so that depth and being fresh is important, and we want to hopefully wear them down, and that's what we'll try to do.
Two questions towards your roster. How many guys did you search or did you follow this season before you made the final 12?
Well, 26 players were invited. They're the best 26 players that are 19 and under in America. So a lot of guys on the list. They only selected 20. We trained for 4 or 5 days, and then picked a 12-man team.
And how many persons do you have to follow all the potential persons for the championship?
Well, USA Basketball does that. Sean Ford is the head of it, and he has a selection committee, and they watch all these players play in college, and some of them are still in high school, and they study them, and then we try to put together the best team. And maybe not the 12 most talented guys, but the best team. And I think they've done a good job this year. It's one of our better teams.
So how many could be of those guys who follow, like 10 or even more?
There's probably 4 people in USA Basketball, but they rely on other people, and everybody's sharing. Actually, it's probably about, I'd say 8 to 10 that follow it, but a lot of people are giving input.
Just how unusual is it that the coach of Peyton just called you and actually recommended the point?
Well, he called and let him know. I think he was invited, and he's had a good career, and he just kind of let us know how good he was, and he's played well in the trials, and then we kept him on the team. But coming from a smaller school, he's shown it. He's been 2 years in college. He's just very young for his grade.
Actually, really. And last thing, in theory, how many? I know I probably expect the answer, but in theory, how many players of the top elite, of those top elite players of this age, could you have here, and you couldn't have them?
Oh, there's probably 20 more that could play. Now these are the best, but there's 20 more. There's so many good players, and it's just a matter of picking them. Some players didn't come to the tryout, some of the better players, because they stayed and went to college. Some guys went to the NBA. So there's a lot of good players out there.
And for you, the answer of a player like Wiggins from Canadian team, that he wants to focus on preparing for the NCAA season is okay. There's no problem with that.
I mean, he's from Canada. You want your best players to play in the for the USA. That's a big deal. But he's done that in the past, and he chose not to this year.
And for you, if you receive an answer from a player that he rather would like to focus on the NCAA season and not to accept the invitation from you, so how do you react? Or
I think it's a great honor to play for your country, but there's always reasons why it's maybe best for people if they have to go to school or rest their body or get things squared away. But it's an opportunity you don't want to pass up. I was fortunate enough to play for USA Basketball, and it's a great thing. So I hope they really seriously consider it. But everybody has their reasons.
Okay, thanks.